Right, hi mate. I think this is recording. I don't know for certain. Fingers crossed. Right, so okay. Please can you run through adding a deal in full, including SEO? Okay, so we go to packages. You've got to bear in mind this is going to run a little bit slow because my laptop is shit. Our internet at the minute is beyond awful because they're doing work around here, as you saw the other night. So you're just gonna have to bear with this video, mate. It is what it is. Right, so starting from the beginning. Clone the latest package you've ever done. Please make sure it's the top one that you've done, the most recent version. So click the clone button. And then when it's, have they got a baby next door?
I think it's a cat.
That is a cat. Sorry, mate. We're just having a private little, well, not a private. We're having a little waffle whilst the page is loading. There's a cat outside the window having a right spaz. Right, okay. So from here, you change this title bar to whatever the package title is, and please remember to select every bit in that. Well, you haven't got to select every bit, but whatever you've put in the title, click this edit button, delete everything that's in there, and then paste your new title. That's highly, highly, highly important for SEO purposes. So please make sure whatever you call the new package, you put into the URL bar. And you would click the OK button that was there a minute ago. Scroll down, change this little bit of text block here. So this is just your date. Change that by clicking on the pencil. Change the main bulk of the text by clicking this pencil. And this is what we were talking about the other day. Whereas you're copying and pasting directly from an outside source, so you're copying over their CSS, it's always going to be an issue. It's never going to look right. And perhaps in sort of a few months' time, when this site's making proper money, it'd be worth us discussing sort of going through me properly maintaining your site on a full basis, just to make it look professional all the time. Because otherwise, you're going to have things that are just not matching, and that's nothing to do with how I've built this website. This is all to do with how you copy and paste your text. But either way, you'll be copying text and then you'll be pasting it here like you have been doing. You know how to do that now. I'm not going to go into in depth about all that because this is not worth the time. We can talk about that if you need to, but it's not something that I want to go into because it's not part of the build. It's something that you're going to have to learn by yourself, sort of thing. Just with where you're getting your descriptions from, it's always going to copy over their CSS. So it's not something I'm going to get into in this video. So the next important thing is durations. Whatever you tick in this box, if it's 1 to 3 days, for example, 7 nights, whatever it may be, make sure there's only one thing ticked in this box. And despite the fact this one's called difficulty, make sure the exact same thing that's in durations is in difficulty. And also make sure only one thing is ticked in difficulty. If there's something in durations, for example, 7 nights, if that's not in difficulty, click this little blue button, the add new category, and type in 7 nights and make sure that's the only thing that's ticked. We've gone through that several times, so that should be fairly easy for you now. Just make sure whatever's in this box is the same as in this box and vice versa. You can see here I've got my availability box for sold out. If a deal has been sold out, you can tick that box and then the sold out status comes across the whole package, as you know about in the past anyway. We've spoken about that as well. So just tick that box if it's a sold out package. But the main thing, obviously, you've also... This bloody laptop. You're going to have to bear with me here, mate, because it's gone on a froze. I don't even know if you can hear me at this point. It's frozen. Gonna have to complain about BT. Oh, they actually did message me saying about well, I don't know if you can hear it. If you can, you can. Oh, there we go. We're back. Right. So I don't know if you could hear me just then. Who knows? But yeah, you'll go from doing your description down to the image gallery that you know how to do now. I done a test the other day, which I have a video of my phone. I uploaded 18 images in 1 minute and 10 seconds, and that's off a Wi-Fi system that's not even working at the minute. So if you're struggling to upload 20 images, then that's not an issue with the website. And like I say, I've got the video to show how it uploaded perfectly fine this end. We have added some speed boost this end since you tried to do your upload, so it might be worth you trying to do a mass upload your end now, to see how you get on with it then. The video player, I think you know how to do this now, but just in case, you know that it has to be a YouTube link or Vimeo or whatever it might be. I'm sure you have done a video link, so I'm pretty sure you know how to do that. Don't ever touch the video width or video aspect ratio. Then the Google Map, I'm pretty sure again you know how to sort. So you click the Google Map edit button. Click on this blue link here for Google Maps. Wait half an hour if you're in my area. Oh no, not that long. Type in where it is the package is for, and then do the share. I have sent you a video about how to do that before, so you should be able to follow that video. And then the only thing with, once you've copied and pasted your code in, just please remember to make sure it says 600 and 450, and then click the save changes. And this is the new block that we've added, new custom block for the terms and conditions. So this block here, this text block here, is where you'd put the packages terms and conditions. I'm pretty sure they all fall under the same terms and conditions text, but if they don't, you can put the packages terms and conditions there if they're anything different. Don't forget to set a featured image. The featured image for a package doesn't really matter what the size is, as long as it's sort of 600 by 400 pixels, it's fine. Obviously, the bigger the better, as always, but it's not an absolute certainty that it has to be that size at all. So just as big as you can get it, as always. Minimum age, again, you'll now have this add new category. So if there is a minimum age category that isn't in this section, add it yourself. Then you've got, we're currently in Tenerife, so this section down here, so you know how to do this now. The destination you would set to wherever you're going. In this case, it's Spain. Oh, there you go. Add the typologies, so beach or whatever it might be. Availability, you've now got the option here of the arrows because you said that it wasn't obvious as to where you go. So that's all worked. Price, this is the point that I was getting at earlier. You no longer have to mention the per person text, so you just put the price in numbers only. Same with the promotion price. So don't put any text in this at all. If you do, you're risking breaking the site, so don't do it. Just put numbers in there only, mate. Only numbers. Header images is something I'll come to in the next part of this video. In fact, we might as well do it now because it falls under the same routine. So for package, if you're wanting to add new header image, you go to page settings and you upload it there. Under header image, click the upload button. And as I said to you in the various WhatsApp messages, as big as you can get. But if you're on page settings and you're uploading a header image, I need you to make sure you don't touch anything else in this section. And I'll know if you do because the site will break. And if you break the site, this is one of those parts of the build where if you're not willing to, well, if you don't want to pay the monthly maintenance for me or whoever to add your packages for you, and you wanted to do everything by yourself, this is one of those points where if you start doing stuff like this and you interfere with the coding that's in the headers, then you're going to break the site and that's on you. So with this point on the page settings, make sure you only touch the upload button, then upload your image like you normally would, and then click save. Preview settings, it's very important that you enter the text preview. I've noticed you've not been doing this with a lot of your packages at the minute. And it's one of those where you only need to add a sentence or two. I have explained in previous videos. It's highly, highly important for SEO. If you want to nail your SEO, you've got to start doing this. So click on the preview settings tab. On text preview, just enter a sentence or two about what the package is. And you have to be doing this for SEO. So that is key. So make sure you enter a sentence or two in that text preview box. The rest of it, leave alone. Don't touch anything to do with it. Booking settings. Make sure the info request form is yes. Make sure the CF7 form is always set to single package default. There's no way we can set that to be the default contact form. So you have to make sure that is the default, well, the contact form that you select for the right-hand sidebar. Basically, that's the right-hand sidebar contact form, the inquiry form. And we've based the coding onto that form so you know where the inquiry, what package the inquiry is coming from. So you need to make sure the booking settings CF7 form is set to single package default. Again, that's all on you. It's nothing to do with this end. There's nothing I can do this end. You just need to make sure that's always the case. Always make sure it's single package default. There's a lot of other options in this section. And again, leave them alone. Don't ever touch them. They're there for the theme reasons that can't be avoided. So just make sure wherever it comes to a package, the booking settings is always set to single package default. And I can't stress that highly enough. The rest of the things you don't need to worry about on the sidebar. So then we get into the SEO. So the focus key phrase, I can see straight away. I mean, this package is 7 nights in Tenerife, 4-star VIP party package. And your SEO focus key phrase is 10 nights in Orlando. So you've not been trying to even touch the SEO, which is perfectly fine. You don't know anything about the SEO, so it's fine. But the focus key phrase in a package instance should be 1 or 2 words from the title. So in this instance, a good example would be, in fact, 7 nights in Tenerife is a very good example for a key phrase. I know I said 1 or 2 words, and that's 4. But that's a great example because there's not many characters. So you then need to scroll down and click Edit Snippet. Click that button, delete everything that's in there. And the best thing to do in this instance is copy your title. And please pay attention to this. If you're wanting to do SEO, this is highly, highly important. So you copy your title, go back down to the SEO, where it says SEO title, paste your package title, then put a space, put a dash, and put real deal holidays. So straight away you'll see this bar has gone red, which means there's too many characters. So this is where I was saying last night, you're going to have to start sort of playing around with certain things. And this is down to you to figure out what you think is more important in this title bar. 7 Nights in Tenerife in this example for me is key, because that's what people might be typing. The 4-star VIP party package for me isn't needed. It's not key. So I'll, for the start, delete that. But now the bar goes orange, which means it's still not, now it's not long enough. It's the opposite. So I'll put a dash again and put 4-star holiday as an example. And suddenly the bar goes green. Green means good. So I'll leave that as it is for the SEO title bar. Again, like I said last night, this is just trial and error. Where it comes to the SEO title, you're going to have to just keep playing around with the text, but you need to make sure at least the majority of this text is in your title. So we've got the 7 Nights in Tenerife, which is a chunk of this title, the SEO title. So it's fine. The meta description, again, it has to include the 7 Nights in Tenerife. I can't stress that highly enough. It has to include some part of the SEO title, otherwise you're fighting a losing battle before you've begun. So you have the 7 Nights in Tenerife, and then you'd change. Hold on 1 second. Let me just. This bloody laptop. Space. This is normally, I'd go up here and go to View Post, right click, open a new tab. And I'd normally take the first sentence of the first paragraph of description when it loads. Again, you're going to have to bear with me on this. Hopefully this is all making sense at the minute as well. Right. So this is where you've got an issue with SEO. Because your description about your stay is all very, very, very short bullet points, which does piss all in terms of SEO. You need a good 2-3 sentences of description when it comes to SEO. So stuff like this: 4-star VIP party package, 7 nights from £530 per person. None of that is ever going to work in the slightest. So you can't use any of this. Basically, this is a package. That's a prime example. That's going to do fuck all for SEO. You can't use any of this. It just won't work. So in this instance, if that's all you've got to go by, I'd have to type in Tenerife into Google, and on the right hand side you've got your Google description, take the first sentence oh, it's still not enough. Okay, first sentence or two. And type that into the bar, the meta description. Ideally want to get this to green. I'm not entirely sure why that's orange when it's not reached. Oh, there we go. 7 nights Tenerife. And you obviously need to make sure this makes sense. So 7 nights Tenerife is fine. Tenerife, you can... This again is where the trial and error comes into it. So you don't need the Tenerife is. In this instance, you don't need Tenerife is. Because you've got 7 nights in Tenerife, the largest of Spain's Canary Islands off West Africa, blah, 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 blah. That all adds up. Keeps a green bar, so that's fine. This bit, well, it does tell you how you can improve on your SEO. If I was you, if you're wanting to focus on getting everything green, you're going to have to pay people money because it's not your forte. The readability is green in this instance. The SEO is orange. I'd settle for that. I'm not sure what else I can tell you on that instance. SEO is something that if you don't know what you're doing, it's not something you should be doing. So that's as best description as I can give you for that. So type in your focus keyword, make sure the focus keyword is inside the SEO title, make sure it's also inside the meta description, and make sure all three things have a green bar is the gist of the SEO box for you, because you're not an SEO specialist, which is fine. Also, I've mentioned excerpts on various Trello tickets. If you can't see the excerpt box underneath the SEO, which is just here, just make sure you scroll all the way to the top of the page and make sure excerpt is ticked under your screen options. Just make sure excerpt is ticked, and then that will show up. Again, anything that you've got in your meta description is well worth having as your excerpt because it will help with the SEO. So anything you've got in the meta description box, have as your excerpt box. Other than that, mate, that's all I can really help you with. There's companies out there who do this for a living. So if you can't do it well, that's why they charge so much money. You know what I mean? So see how you get on. Let me know how you get on. Other than that, that's all I can sort of go down the route of. I'm not even sure how I can stop this video.